Alright, y'all. So this is tournament YAP session number 2. We could start off, technically it started at when I won the last tournament. So I'm there on the February tournament, right? I posted that. I made a YAP session about it. I won. I'm feeling good about myself, And on that tournament, by the time I was in that tournament, I had practiced like 2 days in a row. So I practiced Saturday, the day before the tournament. Then I practiced Sunday. And when I realized at the moment was that I wasn't so tired physically, but I was more like mentally drained. So I felt tired. And then I didn't want to, but they said we had to bring the trophies up to the dojo. So I was like, oh, what the heck? I'll train on Monday. So that's 3 days in a row I'm training. And I just won first place in a whole different division that I wasn't supposed to be in. I'm not supposed to fight brown belts, and I wiped the floor with all of them. And I get back, I'm like, we're going to have a nice, easy day. We're going to celebrate. We're going to take pictures. And we're going to ease back into it because we have a month before the next tournament. So I get there. I put my trophy down. I changed and I go in. I got there a little late. And then I see everyone. I got there early. So I got there early. We bow in, everything, right? And then usually we stretch out for like 30, bro. It takes a long time. 30 minutes we stretch out. And then we get into our basic kihon, our basic exercises, right? And just get into the rest of whatever we're doing that day. But you always know when you're in tournament mode or where they just want to spar, they'll make you stretch out quick, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm chilling, ready to stretch out for 30 minutes and have a nice easy kata day, right? Do the forms. I thought, because usually an easy day we'll do kata. Kata are the forms, by the way, in karate. So we bow in, right? And then I hear 5 minutes stretch out. I'm like, no way. I've been fighting for 3 days straight. I know he's not going to do this to me. He must just want to he must really want to work these basic exercises. I know he wants to work these basic exercises, right? So, I stretch out, whatever. I only really need to stretch out like my left leg. That's about it, because that's where I lack my most flexibility. And, I stretch out, and then 25 push-ups. Oh, bro, there is no way he's going to make a spar. I'm over there, 1, 2, 3, 4, do my push-ups. 25 sit-ups, go! Get on my back, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 25 jumping jacks, 25 mountain climbers. I'm like, no way. And then they make us run around the dojo. I'm like, why? No way. He's not gonna make a spar. He just wants our blood to start flowing, get the blood pumping. Get nice and warmed up to get into our basic exercises and have a nice, easy kata day. All I hear is pad up, bro. No way. I go in the locker room. I get my freaking gloves on. I put on my headgear, and I look at this guy. I already look defeated. I look at him like, I really thought we were going to have a nice, easy kata day. I tell the black belt. He's like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard, ever, coming up the ranks in this dojo. And I'm like, no, bro. And he makes us spar. So I'm already kind of disheartened coming into this new tournament because he made us spar. And ever since then, we were just locked in, like, sparring, really competitive. So I never really got a break. I didn't need that much of a break because the week after I felt fine, but I let that get to me instead of just being prepared. And we just train like normal. We're preparing for the tournament. It's getting closer and closer. And this is one of the reasons I want you guys to listen to my story so you could learn from me and not do the things I did. There's like 3 reasons why I lost, and I'm going to wrap everything up nice and neatly and restate like an essay, bro. Restate the reasons I lost, right? So anytime they would ask me, oh, how are you feeling? Are you ready for this tournament? I'll be like, oh, I don't know, because, I thought we were going to start off easy. I thought we were going to have a nice little break, get some time to regroup and re-strategize, and we just went into it. Oh, I don't know about this tournament. I don't blah, blah, blah. But, like, I still trained. I didn't put in as much work as for the last tournament because I started fasting for Lent. But that's irrelevant because I still felt fine. Like, I could still fight. I still had my cardio maintained, I was running 2 miles. I still didn't feel like tired when sparring. So I knew I was fine. That's not an excuse. But I just let it get to me. Oh, I don't know. I don't feel. And the worst part is like, you could maybe you could get away with thinking it, which is not what I would suggest. But I put it out there. So now it's stated in my head, my body, my spirit, and everything knows that I stated the fact that I don't know and I'm not feeling confident, right? There the tournament comes. I'm locked in. I have my headphones in. 1 hour drive, really far away. We get there. I already pre-signed up for the tournament online. So I just go in and I get my registration and I see my sensei. He says, how are you doing? How are you feeling? You feeling ready? In my head, because again, I've restated time and time and again before this tournament, oh, I don't know, I'm not feeling ready, whatever, right? In my head, I'm thinking, I don't know, which is really, it's probably even worse than saying no. It's like, I don't know, it's like undefined. It's probably even worse. But I tell him, light work. He's like, that's all it is. I go like this, act all confident, right? I walk in and I change. And I watch everyone fight, and man, we're there for hours. And this is like in the back of my head. I used to be very mentally weak where I would have probably let this consume me while I was sitting and waiting for me to get called up to spar and compete. Because we were there for hours. They start from the white belt and the little kids to the higher ranks and the older kids. So I'm just there for hours, man. In the back of my head, it's not in the everything because I'm not that mentally weak anymore, but I'm not even mentally weak now, bro. I just had I don't know. I just let it get to me, so I don't know why. But in the back of my head, I'm thinking like, oh, I don't know, right? And then for hours, bro. We got there at 11, then it's 12, then it's 1, and then it's 2, and they finally call us up, and you feel that cold sweat, you feel the jitters, you're ready. I start to hop around. And then, I'm sorry, I told that wrong. We got called up at 1:30, let's say 1:30, right? And I go in the back, there's a back area where they called all the older kids that were green belts. And I'm there, and I wait there for a whole nother hour too. So I'm just I'm jittery, and I stretched out too early, which I guess is not that bad, but probably didn't help my mental. And, yeah, I'm stretching and I'm just waiting. And I'm thinking too, it's Sunday. Man, I really hope I get out of here on time so I could go to Mass. I gotta get to Mass. And this is just all weighing down on me. But I'm thugging it out. I'm chilling, making jokes, always. No, you never, anything you have in here, never let that get out. Someone's gonna use it against you. Don't do that. That's one thing I did do correctly. And they finally call us up. We do our kata. And did I mess anything up this time? I don't think I did. But there is one thing. They corrected my kata because I did it in a way that made it more kind of showy and more exciting. But it wasn't technically right. It wasn't technically proficient. So in the dojo, the Saturday before, literally the day before the tournament, they made me fix it. And I thought it looked worse for the tournament because it just looked plain. And it did. Everyone goes and does their kata. I was so in my head about getting it right too that I didn't even pop the punches, so you don't really hear the snap. I didn't post it because who cares about the kata, right? I only post the sparring. But so that's two things. It looked plain and there wasn't any snap because I was focused on getting it right. And my voice cracked at the end too. Oh my gosh, it was bad, dude. It's fine, right? we all do our kata, and I get third place. That kind of like, you know, it lowers my ego. That it takes a little, how do I say? It's like a little jab to the face, you know, boom. It might rock you, might shock you a little bit, but you can still keep going. But it's just like, like I wasn't, like you're shocked. Wow, I didn't expect it to hit that hard. It just was a little blow to my ego. Fine. And then I'm like, whatever, bro. I gotta spar. It's my turn away now. This is my game. I'm getting ready. Start like moving her iPad up. I'm biting on my mouth guard, bro. I'm freaking ready. I can't wait to put my hands on someone, bro. Bro, I can't wait, bro. I'm gonna put it in their ear, bro. As I stated last time. That's a joke for legal reasons. Okay? And then I go up. Yo, wait, I skipped the in. Wait, oh my gosh, bro. I gotta get better at storytelling. I'm sorry. When I got there, this is one very important detail I missed. When I got to the tournament, and I you know, every so often you go to ask the black belts, did they call my division yet? Because they don't say anything. Guess who's there checking the divisions, bro? Pookie. Pookie is there, bro, from the last tournament, bro. And I freaking saw him, bro. But I was like, please, God. Bro, God answered my prayer. I was like, please, God, let me spar him one more time. Let me spar him one more time. Let me spar him one more time, God, please, so I could freaking put him on the ground, bro. Please, God, please, just one more time. And I see him, and I'm like, hey, bro. I was like, it didn't even look like threatening. It just looked like overly friendly, bro. I couldn't imagine how weird I looked. I was like, hey, and I freaking waved, and he didn't see me. And then back when we got called into the back room, like I said before, then he was like with his group of friends. He could look at me like every so often, and I could tell I knew he was talking about me because he was like with a group of his like dojo people. They were all like looking at me every now and then, and I just looked back and smiled, bro. I was looking at him like, bro. I was like, please, God, let me hit him one more. Let me spar him one more time, bro. Sadly, it didn't happen, but I got put with. It was like his brother or something. They looked really similar. I could tell from the way their hair was and the genetics, you know. So they call us up, right? First person for kata was his brother, actually. I don't know too much about judging kata. I didn't think it looked very good, but I know why he won first place. He popped. It looked like weird. The stances were weird. He stood weird, but he really popped his gi. Pow, pow. You could just hear the gi everywhere. You hear the snap of the fabric. He won first place. So they made first place. Oh my gosh, I'm telling this story all wrong. I'm sorry. So when we get to the kata, right? It's 4 people in my division. His brother, this black guy, this little girl, and me. I see the little girl is Shotokan. Now I'm thinking they're probably not gonna let us spar the girls. But I knew I had that in the bag because I sparred Shotokan people before. It's like, I mean, they're all right, you know. It's definitely not Isshin Shorin Jiru Okinawa Te. It's definitely not us. It's definitely not our dojos. They don't fight the same way. No disrespect. I really, you know, I like the guys that I train with in Colombia, but it's just not the same. I have to be honest. So, but obviously they don't let us spar the girl, right? So then it's for the kata when everyone goes and they get their placements. His Pookie's little brother won first place, right? Then it was the girl, the Shotokan girl. She won second place. She competed with us in the kata. Then I got third place. And then the black kid got fourth place. Right? And then we all pad up, like I said before. I couldn't wait to get my hands on people, right? And then since the girl, right? She's not gonna fight the men. They took her out of our division. They made her fight a girl, right? So then it's really just me in the same placement that they gave us, right? The way they ranked us for the kata, it was Pookie's little brother, first place, then me in third place, and then the black kid who got the last place, fourth place, right? So obviously, first two people fight. Pookie's little brother and me. Finished him, bro. Finished him. It was quick too, from what I remember. He did get a good face hit on me, and I told him some techniques too after we finished. Like, stop hesitating. You know, I went over, exchanged some stuff with him, and then I fought the black guy. And at this point, again, I'm feeling like, oh, I don't know. This whole time throughout the fight, even though I'm like, oh, I still have that feeling like I'm not sure if I'm gonna win or not. And then he's just there, like he's staring me down. I'm not let him stare him down. I'm over here smiling him like banging my gloves. I'm ready, right? And we go. I come in and he gets me with the nicest bridge hand, bro. It was clean and controlled. It wasn't like boom, right? It was controlled too. It was finesse. Bah! And I was like, dang, bro, this guy knows what he's doing. And from his uniform, I knew he wasn't like karate, bro. He was American kickboxing, bro. He's like, those guys are really nice with their point sparring. They're not better than me. But I wasn't thinking this at the time. I wasn't level-headed. I was like unconfident. So I let this get to me. And then, you know, we go back and forth. He gets a point, I get a point. He gets a point, I get a point. And you can really see how this gets to my head at the end of it, because there's a part where we just like stand at each other and we're waiting for someone to throw something. That should have never have happened, because what I'm taught in point sparring is that you never wait. You never wait. You can't let them have an opportunity to hit you. You have to go first and finish your technique and don't let them counter. Or you have to counter and finish your technique and never let them counter. They can't hit you. They can't have an opportunity. That's how we're taught to fight for the tournaments. But I hesitated, and he was able to get that point on me. Or I don't know if that was not a point, but they like, you know, they didn't give a point to anybody. So you could see I was hesitating even in the fight. Anyway, I take him to the ground. I hit him. They don't count it. I thought he won genuinely. Like, he beats me at the end, right? I'm like, dang, you can see me walking away like this, right? Like, another big blow to my ego. Second place is crazy for me. I vowed myself I would never get a second place, and you know, there it was. And I genuinely thought he won. You know, I go home. I go to mass, then I go home. And then I rewatch the video, and I see that I took him down, and I hit him. Like, it looked like I hit him. So then I started thinking, yo, I got robbed. Because we've been warned that sometimes these like judges can be really biased against our school specifically. Because it's an Ishinru tournament, and we're Ishinshorin Jiru Okinawa Te. So they're not going to pick us, they're going to pick their people, right? But I asked one of the guards at my school, because he's been doing karate since the 70s, you know. He's trained with everybody around here. And he's judged. I asked him, you've judged before, right? He was like, yeah. I showed him the video. And I'm like, would you have counted that when I put him on the ground, right? He's like, no, because I was outside the ring. When he fell, he was outside the ring. So I thought I got robbed for like 1 week. So I was like, man, I didn't lose. But then seeing that, I was like, man, okay, maybe I did lose. So the guy was not a bad fighter at all. I think that if I didn't hesitate, I would have won. But I don't even think besides that one point where I hesitated, I don't think I did anything wrong. I think that he just did something right, which he saw that I was a very aggressive fighter, and I really tried to go forward as soon as they said it start. So what he did was just wait for me to go, and then throw his sidekick and get me, which was the last point he got on me. So, you know, you gotta clap it up. And yeah, so what did we learn? What did we learn, right? First of all, whenever you have a tournament, even if you're not ready, in the back of your head, you're like, oh, I don't know. Never put it out there into the world that you're not ready. Because your head's just going to accept that. Always say, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Even if you feel like you're lying to yourself, eventually you're going to say it so many times that you're going to convince yourself you're ready. So I know this upcoming Chiricos tournament in April, I know there's no way I'm not winning that. That is my turf, my home turf. It's in my town. I'm going to win that tournament, right? I know I'm going to win that tournament. That's number one. Don't admit that you're not ready. You're always ready. You always have to be ready. What was number two? never get complacent. The reason I allowed myself to get tired that right after that first training session and then just have that tired mentality throughout that whole month to which led me to feel not ready was because I got complacent. I was happy that I won. Yeah, I won. That's good. You could celebrate, but you have to get right back into it. There's no breaks. You can't allow yourself to be like that. You don't deserve a break. Okay? Never celebrate, be proud of yourself, but never get complacent. You have to get right back into it. And that's about it. Do I think of anything else? Yeah, that's about it. So, never get complacent. That's number one. Number two, right? Always say you're ready. You're always ready for the next fight, the next opponent, whatever. And number three, give it your all. Don't hesitate. Don't ever hesitate. Don't second guess yourself ever. That's gonna end up costing you in life or in a fight or whatever. It's gonna cost you everything. So those are the 3 lessons that I wanted to instill through this little video. It's like 21 minutes, bro. My camera roll's almost like done. But yeah, that's it. Never get complacent. Never doubt yourself. Never second guess yourself. And always have the mentality to be ready. See ya.